San Antonio passes new rules to regulate short-term rentals. An Alamo Plaza plan booster resigns. And San Antonio fifth graders place in a national reading contest. This is your Express Briefing podcast for Friday, November 2nd. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. San Antonio homes rented on a short-term basis through companies like Airbnb and HomeAway will be regulated for the first time, requiring owners to register with the city and pay penalties for skimping on taxes and limiting the density of short-term rentals where owners don't live. Tourists in recent years have increasingly turned to homes listed on Airbnb, HomeAway, and VRBO as cheaper alternatives to hotel rooms and ways to experience cities as locals do. And homeowners often rent out a spare room or garage apartment as a way to gain extra income, with some real estate investors also buying homes for the sole purpose of renting them to travelers. In 2017, complaints over so-called party houses, crowded streets, safety concerns, and police incidents associated with short-term rental properties led then District 10 Councilman Mike Gallagher to ask the city to consider regulating the industry. Officials have since grappled with how to oversee another segment of the sharing economy, maintain the character of historic neighborhoods, and ensure the city is obtaining its fair share of tax revenue without infringing on property rights. And Thursday, the City Council passed a revised package of regulations, which technically take effect immediately, though property owners have 90 days to register with the city. Among other items, under the ordinance, operators of short-term rental properties will pay a $100 fee, down from the initially proposed $200. Owners also would pay a $100 renewal fee every 3 years. Properties that have received city housing incentives will not be allowed to operate as Type 2 short-term rentals, and property owners also are required to pay county and state hotel occupancy taxes for a combined rate of 16.75%. A leader of the Texas General Land Office's controversial plan to overhaul Alamo Plaza has left the agency, claiming his work was done after the San Antonio City Council approved the changes last month. Brian Preston was the Director of Communications for GLO Commissioner George P. Bush and frequently drew the ire of the leading opponents of relocating the cenotaph in the plaza, with one Alamo Defender descendant filing a complaint against him in September for texting her personal cell phone after she posted on a Facebook page managed by the land office that the cenotaph should remain in place. Preston doesn't dispute the account, but says there was no personnel action stemming from the complaint that led to his decision to resign. Preston was hired as communications director in late 2014 and was paid about $116,000 this year. His last day was Tuesday. And after finishing more than 4,000 books, Gloria Galvin's fifth graders at Price Elementary School in the South San Antonio Independent School District have earned fifth place in the National Fall Into Reading Challenge. Epic, an app that's essentially a digital library, challenged classrooms across the country to read as many books as they could through the first week of October, with prizes awarded to the top 10 classes. Galvin had been using the app in her classroom and wanted to try the contest in the past, but didn't have enough technology for all students to participate until now. And that's your daily San Antonio Express News briefing for Friday, November 2nd. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts.